This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. Although I'm rocking a beautiful celebrating Canada Day tomorrow, background behind me of Toronto, because I love Toronto, and to me, Toronto is Canada. And speaking of which, I was to Frightmare in the Falls a couple years back, and actually it would have been last year, excuse me. And anyway, I've been to Frightmare in the Falls 3 times, and last year I had the pleasure of meeting the guest I have on here today. And this is his second time on the show, straight out of London, England. Am I got that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Yes. Folks, it's not every day I get somebody that's ahead of me in the time zone. But folks, we have Winnie the Pooh himself on the show today from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Folks, I welcome with absolute honor Craig David Dowsett. How do you do, Craig?
Hello, how are you?
It's absolutely thrilling to have you back on here, and to add to that, oh, here we are. I got that nice little autograph picture that you signed for me when I was at
Oh, Frightmare, awesome.
oh yeah. I usually when I do these things, I meet quite a few people when I go to these, so which for me is always the best.
That was a great show. That was had a lot of fun at that show.
Look at
Oh,
that.
no, look at that!
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent, love it.
Now, I got this photo for another reason as well, because I've had Natasha Tasselin, Tassin, Tas,
Tassini.
Tassini. I've had her on the show as well, she took a break from being hogtied in the middle of the road to come on the show here. So I got this picture signed because outside Piglet, I've had 2 people on this photo on the show. So
All right,
yeah, but I like this photo. That's a cool little shot there. And and Natasha was a lot of fun to have on here, and glad to have you back on here as well.
that's good
Yeah,
to be back.
yeah, absolutely. So anyway, it was a pleasure and honor to meet you at Frightmare in the Falls. Is that your first Canadian convention?
Yeah, that's right. That was my first Canadian convention. Yeah, and what a first one to have there at Niagara Falls. It was absolutely amazing. Um, Great lineup of guests. The fans were just awesome, and I had so much fun there. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, this isn't quite Tigger, but this is Skittles.
Hello, Skittles.
Skittles is like, yeah, I don't bounce up and down on my ass like Tigger. So yeah, you have to have ambition to do that. You don't have any ambition, Skittles. You don't have any ambition. No. Yeah. You're close. You're most closest to a stuffed toy, though. It comes to life. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I had a lot of fun at that, and of course, I got to assist my friend Lisa Langlois at that event. So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And of course, you were rocking the Winnie the Pooh outfit there
yeah, yeah.
for
Full
the photo
costume.
op.
Yeah, that's great fun.
Yeah. have you got to do many conventions?
Yeah, last year I think I did 18 in total last year. And now I've just started them up again this year. I've just come off one about 2 weeks ago, and then I have another one in August to do, and then a few more each month thereon. So yeah, it's starting to get busy again. So it's good here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for that. I just did my first one in the US. Um, I assisted Lisa at Chiller in New Jersey, so
Oh,
yeah, hopefully soon you'll get invited to that one.
yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back to the US and Canada to do some more shows because the fans out there, it's just next level. So yeah, it's exciting to go out there and meet them and have a chat with them.
Yeah. Do you have many shows in the UK?
Yeah, we do have shows in the UK, but they're a lot smaller than shows in the US and Canada, like a fraction of the size. I mean, there's still a decent market for Comic Cons here, but just it's just sheer population. You know, the population difference from the UK to US and Canada. That's why the shows are so much larger out there, and you've got the better fans. To be honest, you've got the better horror fans.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I prefer the smaller ones. You
Right,
know? Yeah, they're a lot more intimate. Actually, the first convention I did with Lisa was called Horrorama. It was in Toronto, and I've done four of those. Uh, they won't be doing one this year because it's done by a small group of people. So being able to afford to put them together,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
but I do have special cherished memories from that one. So like speaking of UK, they had Caroline Monroe at the last one I was at for that. And yeah,
Right.
I've had Caroline on here before, and meeting her in person was a thrill, but nonetheless, I like the smaller ones. I find the smaller ones are great. They're not as chaotic, and but nonetheless, they're fun to do in general, So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, do you get to do many with Piglet? I'm trying to think of the actor. I'll bring you up your IMDb here.
Chris Cordell.
Yes, do you get to do many with him?
No, I've not done a single one with Chris. He's not been on the con scene yet, so which is a shame because can you imagine the joint photo op with both me and Chris in our costumes? That'd be great fun. But no, he's busy doing his thing. Um, yeah, I mean maybe one day he'll switch on to the Comic Con scene and come and join me and do some shows together. That would be great. But yeah, it's just he's busy doing his thing. So
Oh, wow, yeah, I think that would be big. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped on that.
yeah, that would be huge if we done a joint photo shoot, for the fans. That'd be great for them. But yeah, hopefully he'll jump on it one day.
Okay, yeah. Especially, I can just imagine the photo op for something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any highlights for you when you did Frightmare in the Falls? Like, did you get to see? Um, I know when I go like I'm an hour ahead of Niagara Falls, so I booked a hotel and basically got to the show. But did you get to see much of anything while you were there besides
I did. Yeah, I went to explore obviously the falls themselves. That was a highlight for me because all I've ever seen them on these TV or YouTube or documentary clips. I've never seen it in person. So yeah, I went down, had a look at the falls, and I went right down to the bottom and went through the cave underneath the falls and that, and yeah, fully explored that. Went on the Maid in the Mist. Yeah, so that was great fun for me, and I explored the town as well. So yeah, I did have some downtime to go and enjoy that, because some of these cons, you fly in, you do the show, and then you fly out the same night. But luckily, I had a day before and a day after to just chill out and explore. So that was great.
Yeah, all those caves and whatnot, that'd be a good place for you and Piglet to hide out.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Take our victims and throw them under the falls.
They got that thing lit up so beautifully at night and
Oh
everything
yeah,
too.
yeah, amazing colours at night. Yeah, yeah, big projector, doesn't it? Shines on the water and just changes colour. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So I gotta bring this up because until you mentioned it, it never hit me because I don't have my television set up to watch my Blu-rays, so I don't watch television. I haven't streamed, and we did not get either of the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movies at our theater. So until you mentioned it, I did not know that you did not reprise the role of Winnie the Pooh in the sequel. And number one, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't get it. I thought you were like the new uh, version of Art the Clown from Terrifier coming there. Why did they not bring you back?
Yeah, I mean the director Reese Frank Waterfield. I mean, he got a much larger budget for the sequel, and I think what he wanted to do was do everything that he couldn't do in the first film. So he wanted Pooh to be portrayed as someone a lot bigger, a lot taller, a lot more physical presence on set. So he went with another guy to play the role of Pooh instead of me for the sequel. So I mean, it's one of those ones where as an actor, you've got to take it on the chin. You get these roles or you get turned down for these roles. It's just part and parcel of it, and you have to respect the decision really, even if you don't like it. But no, I mean, I haven't seen the sequel yet myself, but they've got really good reviews. So it looks like they've done a lot of hard work on it, and it looks like it's paying off. So fair play to them, and I'm happy for them and their success.
Yeah, but you know what? You're not exactly a small guy either. I mean, you're
Yeah,
like you're um I'm trying to think of the football term, like I don't think I'd want to be facing off against you on a football field. Um like I imagine you could probably bench more than me, so it's I don't know. I look at you and I think it would be like a shoe-in to bring you back, like
yeah,
in wearing the costume. I mean, you looked great in it, and I can understand them up in the budget. I understand that, you know, but it's kind of like, oh, don't leave the people out that have helped make your movie a success because
yeah, yeah,
really when it comes down to it, you did. So I'm sad to hear that. So
yeah. I mean, I could have weared a thicker sole shoe to make me bigger, but they didn't want to go for that. So
yeah. So nonetheless, I don't know if you did hear this, and uh I heard about it. Did you know that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey won the Razzie last year?
yeah, I did. Yeah, I think they won a few, didn't they? For like, was it worst screen couple and something else?
Now, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, an award's an award, you know. At least I can sort of say I'm an award-winning actor.
You want me to tell you something? I used to be a member of the Razzies for a few years. It
Right.
and it got to the point where I was seeing fewer movies a year that I just wasn't uh as available to be part of that scene.
Yeah,
So anyway, anyway, oops. What got me is that I was able to help movies like, Geely and Catwoman and Last Airbender
yeah,
and Jack and Jill and movies like that get worst picture wins, which I was
yeah,
fine with. I would have never voted for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey for worst picture because that's kind of like some people call it a sadistic idea, but I kind of like when people say, well, there's no ideas in Hollywood anymore. I'm like, this was kind of an idea. And I remember first hearing about it, I was like, okay, I kind of dig that. And whether or not the budget was low on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey or not, um, the creativity in it kind of counters that. Like you take, for example, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You could tell, that the tomatoes look phony, they're just like throwing these, it's like somebody's throwing these bouncy red balls that look like tomatoes at the people. But that was part of the charm of the movie. That was why it worked. I love Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I think it was brilliant, but it worked on its comedy.
yeah,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is Razzie win or not. Number one, it puts Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey further on the zeitgeist.
yeah, yeah,
And it,
exactly.
yep, whether it won the Razzie or not, it put it on the
Yeah,
zeitgeist. So I just take that as an honor. And number two, um, I'd say it's going to open up more doors for more people to see it. And so I I like it when filmmakers come by and have ideas like this, and
yeah,
low budget or not, did the best with what he had. But I think a lot of people are going to go into this based on the idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, in terms of the Razzies, I mean, ours was such a low budget film, and even though like you had Expendables on there, I think you had Sylvester Stallone as worst backup actor or whatever it was, or something like that. But their budget was like 100 million. Um, ours was like 50 grand. So it's like, I mean, you can't really compare our indie film to multi-million blockbuster films, and give us all the Razzies. It's you just can't compete with those sort of budgets for those films. So,
Well, what
but
do you need
any
a big budget for when you got beautiful Natasha here? Now that's an award all itself. Look at you guys just sitting there. You're just all dreamy like, well, this beautiful bikini clad woman is sitting there in the pool and relaxing, and you guys are like, well, maybe we shouldn't hog tie her.
yeah, yeah, but no, we had the wacky idea and went with it, and we had a lot of success with it. So it's been great. It's been a dream ride, really. So yeah, there's no regrets or anything like that. So yeah, it's just on to what's next now.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. I appreciate the work that you and the actors did in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and I think the director should bring you guys back. That's what I'm going to say. I know they're going to do a third, and again,
Yeah,
I'm not crapping on the guy who played Winnie the Pooh in the second movie, but it was inevitable with the cult following that Blood and Honey received that they're going to do more, and they're going to do a third apparently, from what I'm hearing, and
yeah,
you know, and Eeyore, of course, was rest in peace in that first film because due to the low budget, you didn't get to see that. But
Yeah.
they brought in Tigger and Owl in the second one, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. But what about, and so, but I heard in the third one they're supposed to bring like Bunny and was it Roo and ones like that in. So I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. So see how distorted looking that they are. I heard a lot of great things about Tigger in the sequel, but then I have other people say it's almost like it's Freddy Krueger as a tiger. So, but I haven't seen it, and I'm like, do they have him bouncing up and down on his tail? I kind of would like seeing that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it myself yet to pass any judgment. So yeah, but no, they had the bigger budget. They could explore more, do more with it, more ideas, more kills, more violence, more action scenes. So yeah, no, fair play to them, you know.
Yeah. Well, looking at your IMDb, there's a few things I have did not know about that I have to ask you questions about. Like
Yeah, sure.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the musical. Now, what is that?
Yeah, I haven't got a clue either. I was just attached to it for some strange reason, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, they haven't brought you and Chris into that yet?
Oh no, we won't be on Broadway in a musical anytime soon. So yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sure. Yeah, that's just I'm just attached to that. I don't know what that is. It's just on my file. So yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Well, what do you have coming up that you're able to talk about and promote? Because I'm
Right,
pretty
yeah.
sure you've got some offers. I'm hoping so. We need you at more cons.
Yeah, I've got a few things coming up actually. Recently I've just shot a promo scene for a horror apparel company called Fright Rags in the US. I don't know if you've heard of Fright Rags.
I
Uh,
have.
yeah, so I've got a guy over here that I know called Dean of the Dead, and he does all these like hot horror sauces, like barbecue spicy sauces. Um, so I got together with him to do a promo video for a new hot sauce for Fright Rags called Phantom Reaper. And I played the Phantom Reaper itself. So that we've just put that up live actually a few days ago. The whole promo videos on it's on social media. So that was great fun to shoot that. Yeah, so I was the Phantom Reaper. I had my noose and scythe and yeah, mask and cloak and slicing and dicing people in that. So that was a lot of fun. So we've done that. Also, I've just come off a production called Realm, which is a multiverse planetary adventure where I played an evil emperor called Kravos. So he was emperor of the 13 realms, but he wasn't a very good emperor. He was a bit naughty, but evil, used his power badly. So he gets sent to prison, but the only way he can get out of prison is to train a new emperor to take his place. So that's kind of all I can say about that at this time. But that was great fun to do as well. I'm looking forward to that coming out. I think the director said there's possibly a premiere for that in November this year. So we'll see. It's in post production at the moment. So yeah, when that comes out or when I can tell you more, I will do. And I've just been cast in a movie called Wrath of Fawn, which is the third film in the saga. I'm going to be playing the evil killer in that one as well. It's kind of like a trend going on, really. I'm an evil killer, not in real life, obviously, but yeah, that's my screen
Well,
time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to starting production on that end of July, and I think that's going to be released early 2025. So yeah.
well, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey did start kind of a trend with distorted Disney characters playing killers, because we
Yeah,
mentioned David Howard Thornton of Terrifier playing Art the Clown. He was right after Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. He was in something called The Mean One, where he played a slasher version of the Grinch.
yeah, yeah.
So, that's why I'm saying, I think it was a mistake that they didn't bring you back for the sequel, because I think they have something with you. But I'm going to tell you, it is pretty cool to see you surrounded by all these truckers, and no, it's like, yeah, you're the one outnumbered. The advantage is to them, except that it isn't, That
Yeah,
is a pretty dominant Winnie the Pooh scene, I gotta say.
yeah. That was great fun to shoot at. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, they surround me. They think they've got the upper hand, but no, it goes terribly wrong for them.
How long did it take to shoot that?
Those scenes with the truckers that was a whole night shoot
I
to do
bet.
those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there was a lot of practice runs, different camera angles, especially when they're all hitting me at the same time, trying to get the movements right as they hit you left, right, and one's coming from behind and that. So yeah, it took quite a few hours to do that scene, put that together. But yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, you get to show some of your strength in that too.
Yeah, Pooh's strength.
You kind of get that feeling. So nonetheless, how hot were you inside that suit?
At night time, it wasn't too bad because it was cooler, and a lot of it was shot overnight. So thankfully, not too bad. But there were scenes during the day, especially at the beginning where I'm running through the forest. That was really really hot. I mean, it was a warm day anyway, but in that mask, especially sprinting through the forest, yeah, that got quite hot in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. You like doing horror films?
I do. I love horror films. Yeah, I love doing horror films. I like playing the evil killer as well. Just creating that character, trying to be menacing and give people some excitement watching it and lots of gory death scenes. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love to play the killers. So there you go. Well, I remember at Frightmare in the Falls, like you were right across from Lisa and I, and um that was the largest I've seen Frightmare in the Falls since the pandemic. I
Yeah,
went yeah, I went to my first Frightmare in the Falls in 2021, and anyway, it was smaller because of the pandemic, and then uh, they have a few more guests in 2022, but they had a lot more. They had about 40 of you in 2023, plus
yeah,
an extra day in there. So I'm like, okay, okay, now I'm starting to see what the big cons are starting to look like.
yeah,
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 yeah. So that was interesting. Now, I did see something online, where I saw pictures of you with Tracy Savage, somebody I had a big crush on growing up, from Friday the 13th Part 3. She's been on this show 5 times now, and she always comes on Boxing Day. So it's like a post-Christmas gift for me to see her and her beautiful face, and I talked to her about that when I had her on here last year, and she said nothing's safe anymore. Winnie the Pooh is now a psycho killer, but
yeah,
she spoke highly about meeting you. Uh, I haven't met her in person. I I probably get goosebumps meeting Tracy Savage. Like I said, she was one of those crushes growing up, and I still think she's beautiful. So, what was it like meeting her?
yeah. Really, really great meeting her. She was lovely, full of good wishes for me and that. So it's really nice to chat to her, and yeah, she's doing well, and yeah, we just we were just talking about different bits and pieces and movies, and it's like, wow, Winnie the Pooh, he's he's there, he's a killer now. It's kind of like, what's the world coming to?
Who else have you gotten to meet at these? Because I know you're mostly at your table, and I know working at least with Lisa, unless you're right next to somebody, you don't get to mingle a whole lot. But
Oh no, I mingle. I try and mingle as much as I can. I've met so many amazing people um, at these cons. From Robert England to Nick Castle, Ron Perlman, Corey Feldman. I've met so many amazing people because I know, like you say, you're stuck at your table a lot of the time, but um, in between like break times, you're in the green room having lunch, and you're all there together. So you kind of get to mingle a little bit there, and then before and after the show, quickly do a walk around the hall and see who's about, and just introduce myself and say hello to people, and yeah, it's all good fun, and everybody I've met has been lovely and welcoming. So yeah, that's one of the highlights, apart from seeing all the fans there, is to meet these amazing people. Because me myself, as a horror fan, growing up with all these awesome movies, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then suddenly I'm on Comic Cons with these actors and actresses. It's surreal. So I try and make sure I get to at least say hello. So yeah.
So is Robert Englund anticipating a Freddy versus Winnie the Pooh movie?
I'd love that. I'd love that. I was on a con called TerraCon in Massachusetts with him last year, and he sat down near me and he said to me, he said, "I've seen your picture," and I said, "It's terrifying, isn't it?" And he went, "Oh yeah," and it was like that was my moment with Freddy Krueger. I was like, "Oh wow." So yeah, and then I managed to get a professional photo with him as well. So that was great. He just leant on my shoulder with his knifey hands, and yeah, that was amazing.
Did you have the Winnie the Pooh hat on?
I didn't know. Can you imagine that as a photo of Winnie the Pooh and Freddy Krueger? What was funny at that con was I was a few tables away from Mick Foley, the Hall of Fame wrestler, and he had a Winnie the Pooh like top on, just like a normal children's
Yeah.
character top on. And I I went up to him with my mask and I said, "Look," and he was like, "Oh my god." So that was great. I got to have a chat with him and had a picture of him with his Mankind mask on, and I held the Winnie the Pooh head up. So yeah, that was great fun.
Did you get to wrestle him? My money's on you. I think you could beat him.
No, I wouldn't like to take my chances.
I haven't met Mick Foley. I haven't met Robert Englund either, but I did meet Nick Castle at Frightmare in the Falls. So so we go get to see a Michael versus Winnie the Pooh. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be epic. I'd love to do that. I'd also love to play any one of those characters if they started to reboot any of the cult classic franchises. Yeah, I'll just put my name out there.
Did you meet Sean Clark there? He's the guy that represents Nick Castle and the Halloween folks for booking the conventions.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get to meet him. No.
Okay, yeah, because he does a lot of the location videos, horror hollow grounds videos.
All right, all right.
Yep, yep. So I don't know who books your appearances at the conventions, but he does a phenomenal job. He represents the Halloween people. He even got Jamie Lee Curtis booked at a convention before the pandemic. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I know he represents a lot of horror people. So I don't know if you're represented by anybody, but I got him on Facebook. If you want to reach out, or I could put you in touch with him if you'd like.
Yeah, no, I do have someone representing me at the moment. So
Oh,
yeah,
perfect. Okay, okay.
yeah, I have one for the US and Canada side, and I've got another agent for the UK side. So
Oh, okay.
they work hard for me. So yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, I'm glad you're happy. Okay. I didn't know whether you did or not, so I don't know. There's some people out there that work solo. I've heard that, but most times it's a lot more helpful to have an agent behind you, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot more helpful to have an agent because they've got the contacts, they know the promoters like personally because they've worked with them all before. So it's a lot easier to have representation than trying to just send a random email to a con, saying, do you want me? It's just like, yeah, I'll leave that for the professionals.
Oh, perfect, perfect. You know, we just got to get Chris up some of these, you know, so that we could.
I know. I need to send him another text message and say, come on, that would be amazing.
Is he not interested, or is he, or what's the story?
I think he's just busy
Oh, just
doing
busy.
what he's doing. Really, yeah. He's here, there, and everywhere like myself. So yeah, I mean, I'll have another chat with him about it at some point and see, if there's a local one maybe near him that he could make, and yeah, even if it's just to meet the fans and have some pictures, I'll try and hustle him again.
I think Natasha had mentioned when she was on my show. I think don't don't quote me on this. I could be thinking of somebody, but I'm pretty sure I heard that she mentioned that she had done one. So
Yeah. Natasha done one
oh, she
last.
did. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, she was in Weekend of Hell. That's right, in Germany last year. Yeah, I was on that one as well. And yeah, she's done a couple in the UK as well. Yeah,
Did you do the one in Germany?
I did. Yeah, yeah.
I got asked this. Did you meet Uwe Boll,
No, no,
the director of Postal and uh movies like that, you know? He was living in Canada here for a long time and he moved back to Germany, you know, but his movies get slaughtered in the reviews, you know, but I really enjoyed Postal and I had him come on here and I have a great connection with him, you know, but he's back in Germany right now and seems like he's happy living the life and I think he's a very misunderstood individual, but I enjoyed Postal. I gotta say, I think he had a lot of clever humor in that, you know. So,
no,
um, yeah, but nonetheless, you know, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, whether it's a Razzie winner or not, it is on the pop culture zeitgeist. But you know what? Razzie win or not, I Razzies have been criticized before with some of the films that they have nominated in the past. Because that first year they did it in 1980, they nominated The Shining, Dress to Kill, Friday the 13th. All three, none of them should have been up for any such awards.
no, no. Yeah, it was almost like they picked on us a little bit. Um, Bearing in mind the sheer difference between our low budget movie and the blockbusters that they were also nominating. So yeah,
Yeah, but at the same token, you know, um, a Razzie can be seen as a badge of honor too, because I mean, look at, you know, uh, Halle Berry showed up to accept hers for Catwoman. Sandra Bullock showed up when she won for All About Steve. You know, like there's some people that are kind of like, you know what? I got a sense of humor about this. I can do this, you know. Do you know if the director showed up the Razzies or anything like that? Because
no, he didn't. No, no, no.
oh
I
wow.
don't even know where it was held. Do you know where it was held?
I don't know. I've never attended it. I was a member for a long time, and then it got to the point where I'm working so much because I work as a cleaner. Like between working and sleeping, I try to get to the movies once a week if I can, because I still love going to the movie. Even during the pandemic, I was back in the theater by July. We had spacious seating, but it's like I just love being in the darkened theater attending the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
But but um but nonetheless, I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. What was I saying?
About where the Razzies was held.
Oh, the Razzies was held. Yeah, yeah, okay. Now I'm back on the right track. See, Winnie the Pooh got me back on track. So there you go. But it got to the point where I was starting to not recognize a lot of titles that they had on there because we didn't get them here or something like that. And it's like it almost got pointless for me to stay on with it. So I kind of stepped away. I would not have voted for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey for worst picture. I think there was a lot more creativity in that than some of the bigger budget films I saw that year. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I've seen worse than that with bigger budgets. So
Yeah,
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 yep. So that's where I stand on that. So you got a couple of cons lined up this year. I think that's awesome.
yeah. I do. Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7 more lined up this year. None stateside. They're more UK my way. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those. Because like I said, I've done about 18 last year, which was amazing. But the year went so fast. I didn't do any more work in front of the camera that year because I was just jet setting all over the place doing these cons on the back of Winnie the Pooh. So I said to myself, right, this year I need to get back in front of the camera, do a few more movies, a few more different roles, and fit some cons in at the same time. And also towards the end of this year, I'm going to try and start shooting my own movie, which will be my directional debut. So I've
Talk
got that.
about that.
Well, yeah. So it's called Windigo, and it's gonna be a twisted horror movie set in the woods. I'm trying not to say too much about it because it's all under wraps. But
Just say what you can, what you
yeah,
can. Yeah.
basically, a group of friends go camping in the woods, um, and they awaken a mythical evil creature who is set on devouring them and anyone else in its path. Yes, so that's kind of all I can say about that at the moment. I'm still putting it all together. I've got the cast pretty much set, camera crew, got location sorted. It's just a matter of putting set dates together and start shooting that. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be interesting. I'm funding it myself, gulp. So yeah, I'm trying to. It's going to be a low budget indie film as well, but yeah, I've got a lot of creative ideas up here. I'm quite imaginative, so it's as long as I can put that into the scenes and into the shots, I'll be happy. And work with the budget I've got, and hopefully create something exciting to watch for the fans out there. But we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I'm going to start trying to shoot late August, September time. Do the first block, and then go from there.
You go bring Natasha in.
No, I've got the cast set pretty much. So yeah, it's all new people.
Um, you know what? Independent films to me are great because it allows filmmakers to face the limitations of the budget by number one, you find a great location that can add loads of personality to your film, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And number two, it allows you as a filmmaker to be as creative as you can with what you have. Like
yeah.
um, like you take something like Halloween or Friday the 13th, you know, they were shot independently and they turned out pretty well, you know.
Oh yeah,
Halloween looks very slick in particular, you know. But
yeah.
so you're going to be directing this as well?
Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Talk about the process of directing this is your first movie as a director?
Yeah, yeah. First movie as a director. Yeah, yeah. So it's all new grounds for me myself. So I'm still learning as I go along. But I do each film set I work on as an actor. I kind of assess and learn and see how it's done and what's going on. So that helps me a lot rather than just going into it not kind of having a clue what I'm doing. I've got a little bit of knowledge, so and loads of ideas. So as long as I can get that all put together, I should be able to create something half exciting anyway, I hope.
You know what? I've heard of actors doing that before. They'll look at what's going on a film set, you know, and they want to get they want to do whatever they can to learn the process. So you're not the first person I've heard do that. So um, I think it's kudos to you for that. You got somebody to do makeup effects for you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got all that else set in place. Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited because it's something I've always wanted to do. Um, Obviously, I still want to do my acting work, take on different roles because I enjoy that as well. But I've always wanted to kind of create my own movie where I'm in control of it, and the ideas I've got, putting them onto the screen. It's something that interests me, and I've always wanted to do it. So I mean, a lot of people were saying to me, "Why don't you just do a short film first for your first one?" And I was just like, "Now, you know what? Just go in deep, feature film first off, because that's the quickest way to learn. Just go in full steam and learn the process and go from there." Yeah.
Actually, it's a good attitude, you know, to have. And with what you have observed, I think you'll have a great time with it, you know. So, I mean, I wish you luck with that. You going to be appearing in the film?
Yeah, I might be appearing in the film as well. Yeah, that's still undecided. It's whether I'll have time to appear and direct at the same time. We'll see. But it's a small cast, small crew.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more manageable than having a cast and crew of 20 to 30 people. That would be a bit of a mind boggle. So yeah, I've gone for a small cast, small crew. Location of the forest. Can't really go wrong there. Some smoke and the moon out at night. It's going to be quite scary as it is.
You know what? I encourage you with this. I think this is great that you're doing this, and I hope it works out for you. I'm sure you got some ideas behind you. Now, do you got any filmmakers that have influenced you? And I'm talking not just ones you worked with, but is there any filmmakers that are kind of inspiring you, like, you know, with different shots in their movies or whatnot? Like I think I wouldn't mind trying that or making a shot like, is there any filmmakers that inspired you?
To be honest, I'm trying to make it completely my own, even shot wise. I'm trying to create some dynamic shots that are not seen a lot. I'm going to really try and make it unique in my own way, rather than try and like copy other directors' styles and filmmakers' styles of their shots. So there's going to be a lot of mixture between handheld cameras, drones, all mixed into one. So yeah, it's gonna be dynamic. Whether it works or not, we'll see. But that's my idea. Just want to make it different, dynamic, and kind of like exhilarating, because it's gonna be one of those more suspense ones, because it's a mythical creature. So are you going to actually see it up close in its entirety, or is it going to be blurred out in the darkness in the background behind the trees? You're not going to know what it is. So yeah, got some ideas. It's just putting that onto film and seeing if it works. So we'll see. Time will tell. It's like I say, it's a learning curve. So whether I get it right first time or not, who knows? If I don't, then you carry on and try again and take what you learned from the first one and just carry on. So I'm
Every
excited.
time, every time's a learning experience, and I think with what you've done so far, I I think this is a creative step for you. So I say go for it. Go
Yeah,
for it. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I'll certainly try my best.
Yeah, I'm seeing the posters behind you of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and of
Yeah,
course the house that Zombie built. Now I don't know a whole lot about that.
yeah. That's an apocalyptic zombie film. That's still in post production. I haven't had a release date for that yet, but I play Roger the zombie Easter Bunny. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun when that comes out. So yeah, just waiting for the final edit to be put together, and then there'll be a release date at some point. But yeah, that'd be exciting.
You play a zombie Easter bunny?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I think that's awesome. You'll be going around with your little basket with bits of people in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Instead of eggs, there'll be body parts in the basket.
There you go. There you go. Well, you know what? I wish you the best on the film that you're going to be directing. How long did it take you to write it? I'm
Uh,
assuming you're the screenwriter as well.
yes, I am. Yeah, it took me about 3 months to write it, to get it to the final script. Um, because, like I say, last year I was here there and everywhere, so it took a lot of my time up what I was doing. So yeah, all in all, it took me about 3 months to write it. I mean, I'm not like changing script at the moment, but I'm still changing ideas and the shots and just trying to make it work. So yeah, it's ongoing. But yeah, I'm aiming to start shooting the first block late August, September time, before the bad weather starts to set in over here in the UK. Not that we have much good weather, but it starts to turn about October time. So yeah, I'll see what I can get shot before then, before the bad weather comes in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm happy that you're doing the convention circuit, and hope to meet you in another one. I'll definitely come over to your table. So there you
Yeah, yeah,
go.
I hope to see you, man. Yeah, hopefully, I'll be back at Frightmare in the Falls one day. You never know.
Yes. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think you were the first one that I met there whenever I was there. I had a moment there where I was able to walk across there from Lisa's table over to you, and I think you were the first autograph I got there. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was great to see you there, I gotta say.
yeah, and you, yeah. I remember you come up to me and you're like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I was like, "Yeah, Python's Paradise."
Absolutely, absolutely. You love doing the photo ops?
Yeah, photo ops are cool. Yeah, yeah, it's brilliant because when they come up to you, they don't know quite what to make of you because you're standing there. You've got that big Winnie the Pooh mask on, and it's great fun. I just try and think of like random odd ways to like stab them with the knife or just for the photo op, or sometimes I'll say to them, if they come over to my table and say, "Hey, I've got a photo op with you later," I'll be like, "Right, how do you want to be killed?" And I let them sort of like tell me, because it's their photo. You want it to be memorable for them. So
Yep.
some of them are like, "Hey, can I have the knife and I stab you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, no problem."
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what? We're past 4 o'clock here, and I imagine it's past 8 o'clock where you are. I'm not used to talking to people that are ahead of me. What's it like in the UK right now?
Yeah, it's been a nice day actually. Sun's been shining. It's been quite pleasant. Yeah, it's 8:15 here now in the evening. Yeah,
I've never been to the UK, but I've done a lot of interviews of people in the UK. So, yeah, so I love hearing the stories, love doing the connections. Will I make it to the UK? Well, you know what? I said I would never make it to the States, but I finally made it to Chiller,
yeah. There you
this
go.
past April. So, you know what? I may be there at some point.
Yeah,
Money, to me, it's something where I gotta save up and so I don't get to too many. I want to do. I'm gonna try to do Frightmare in the Falls this fall. So but so I'll see. I'll see. But
yeah,
I try to get out to at least one. If I can. I did do Chiller, and I use my own money to go out to these things. So uh,
yeah.
yep. So anyway, yeah, they're a lot of fun to do, a lot of nice memories,
They
So
are. They are. Yeah, yeah. I like walking around and seeing all the vendors' stalls as well of what they've got going on. You get to see some really cool stuff. Um, yes, I've seen a lot of like Winnie the Pooh memorabilia and stuff like that. And I'm like walking along, and I'll be like, "Oh wait, that's my character," and it's like on a t-shirt or on a photo frame and things like that. Yes, it's amazing to see the creativity of what the vendors bring as well.
yes, absolutely. I usually come back with I remember at Chiller I came back with 3 t-shirts, so and I had some other memorabilia as well. So there you go. I would to ask, have you because there's always people that make an impression on you when you do the cons. Have you met Felissa Rose at these cons? Because I know she was there. I believe she was at the one that I met you at. She was Angela in Sleepaway Camp. The reason I ask is because she amps it right up to 11 when she does these, I gotta say.
Right, yeah, I don't recall meeting her, no, but like you say, there was a lot of guests there, so I might not have had the chance to meet her.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you come on here again, and I wish you the best of luck. What's your film gonna be called, or what title is it under that you're gonna be making?
Yeah, it's called Windigo.
Okay, okay. I like that. So we look forward to seeing that, and I wish you the best of luck with that, and I hope it works out for you. I think you'll do fine, especially, they always say that if you're starting out as a filmmaker, doing a horror film's a good way to start, but I
Yeah,
also hear horror films are fun to make, so I
they
haven't
are.
made
They
one, so
are.
I can't say, so
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to be involved in, whether you're making it or acting in it or working in it as crew. They are. It's just a lot of fun, just because of the creativity and the ideas and the putting the gore together and the anticipation. Yeah, it's so much fun to do horror films.
absolutely. Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you on here again today. Before I let you go, do you have any charities or any other things that you want to promote on here?
I don't at this time know just what we've spoke about tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, just doing what I can and trying to make things as exciting as I can for the people out there. So yeah, please keep an eye on my Instagram, which is at Craig David Dowsett, and I'll try and put on there as much as I can when I can, because obviously NDAs hog tie you, so I can't give away too much information. But when I get the green light and I can, I'll post bits and pieces of what I'm doing, behind the scenes stuff, pictures, videos, and yeah, try and give you as much info as I can.
Well, you know what? When you get your feature done, love to have you come back on here. I'd love to
Yeah,
keep
definitely. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, then yeah, once my feature's done, it's out, then I can fully talk about it. Yeah, yeah,
if
that'd
you
be
come
cool.
on here and promote it. I'd love to have you come on and promote it. No problem.
Awesome, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before I let you go, would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm Craig David Dowsett, and this is Python's Paradise.
Absolutely. And of course, folks, go meet Craig David Dowsett if you're doing a con near you. Look at this. There they are watching poor Natasha in the pool. You know, I love that shot. That's a great photo. So to Greg, best wishes, Craig, or C. Dowsett, Winnie the Pooh. So that's a great shot. That was a great shot. So I bid you a wonderful day. You take care of yourself and you keep creating.
Thank you very much for having me back on the show. It's been great to see you and talk to you again.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're always welcome.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. God bless you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.